Let's talk about some would-be biblical history if the Bible was a history book. Let's think about the creation story. Genesis 1:1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness covered the face of the deep." Stop right there. Look at this. First of all, he talked about in the beginning. The beginning of what? I told you in the last video that the beginning was the beginning of knowing the reason for Christ coming for salvation. Now, let's go into our minds, use your Holy Ghost imagination, and think about some other stuff that can happen. Because God is the God of beginnings. So that's the beginning of the story about us and the situation what we were here. But if you would sit back and think about it, it could be another situation going on with this earth. Why was the earth here in the beginning? He said the earth was out form and void. That means that this round thing was already sitting in space. How did it get here? Must mean that he already previously put it here. Why was it void? Because it was lacking something that was already here. Why was it dark? Because something that's dark must have had light in the beginning. Therefore, it was a sun already here. There was already things here already, which was now gone at the point of the creation story for mankind of today. So therefore, what was here before that? Well, astrologers and scientists and all kind of other things said that this earth is longer than 6,000 years. So they tried to displace the Bible story. You can't not do that because the Bible story was about Christ. Now you have to look at earth story, just the history of earth. If earth was here prior to 6,000 years ago, what was going on then? It was darkness. Why was it dark? It was for a place for punishment. A place for punishment for who? The angels that was disobedient with Satan, who we always speak of the devil, was kicked out of heaven, and they was kicked into total darkness. That total darkness was here on earth. What was going on prior to that? Prior to that, you can understand in the Bible, there was no room for dinosaurs and prehistoric animals and things to that nature. So could it not be, you got to use your Holy Ghost imagination because it's not written nowhere, because nobody knows what happened. Everything is gone. But only thing that's not gone is dinosaur bones. Prehistoric situations going on here. Unless they fabricated that situation, if that's all real, if dinosaur bones are real and nobody fabricated it and made it look like so, and that's a real situation, you have to understand it must have been here prior to us. Because you think about it, if a Tyrannosaurus Rex was running the earth during the time of mankind, it would have wreaked havoc on man and it would have killed everything. We wouldn't survive with these dinosaurs living on this earth. Just think about the scenarios in these dinosaur movies and stuff that they're coming out with. It wouldn't have been a good situation for mankind. So it had to have been something going on prior to. What made God destroy the earth? My Holy Ghost imagination would mean God did not like the way that the animals was behaving, and because he destroyed the earth for mankind when they was not behaving properly. What did he do? He sent a flood and destroyed it. So could it not be possible that God destroyed the earth prior to that? He could have did it by fire, because he already said that fire is going to destroy the earth the next time around, and then he's going to redo everything. So he could have destroyed the earth by the sun, blowing the sun up, destroying everything on the earth, burnt everything up. Then it was darkness. Think about it. This has been Elder Rudy Best with Kicking Off the Cap. Please subscribe, share, and comment. I'll talk to you next time.